Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Apex Investor Special Edition. I'm talking today about the short squeeze, the gamma squeeze, the mother of all short squeezes that is going to happen. It's going to happen for both GameStop and AMC. It might happen at the same time. Personally, I do believe, my opinion. Oh, hold on a sec. Okay, so pardon the interruption. This is probably the most important video I've done since I've started my channel. This article can be found at the website above, codgerville.wordpress.com, and his most recent article is titled "Will These Cycles Ever End?" It was posted March 6, 2021, so over a month ago now. And what this individual has a history of doing is predicting black swan events such as economic collapse and other black swan events, and they've come to pass. They have come true. They've come to fruition. They've become reality. They're not just pipe dreams or empty words. This guy knows what he's doing. He links it to the Bible. He links it to the cycles of the moon, and that's what he uses. So let's get into this, okay? Let's get into the nitty gritty. I'm not going to skimp out on this article. So basically, I'm going to summarize the first part. What he says here is please note I have included more warnings in this article than any other. Most of the warnings have to do with investments in the stock market or financial markets, so that includes even Bitcoin. I am not a financial investment analyst, advisor, and as such cannot give any investment advice, and I share the same sentiment. Also remember, when you take free advice, you will get your every penny's worth in return. So, will the cycles ever end? The answer to the above question is a resounding no. As long as there is a heaven, earth, sun, moon, stars, there will be cycles. In the following scripture, you read, we will celebrate this Sukkot in eternity. So I'm going to skip over that a little bit. There will still be cycles, even when Yod He Vav He moves his tabernacle to the earth. So over the past few years, I've written more regularly about cycles and their possible influence upon life on earth. I've also mentioned in interviews with Joseph Dumond that solar and lunar cycles do have an effect upon the earth itself, manifested in earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and he's talking more specifically about other things as well, such as deadly diseases, scarcities of food. Okay, I believe we entered this cycle in the spring of 2017. The cycle of earthquakes goes back to the year 2010. So I bet you're thinking, wow, 2010, we missed all the earthquakes. Not exactly. When you go from one cycle to the next, the previous cycle increases in magnitude / intensity by a factor of 7. This is a double meaning. It means 7 years also means 7 times, as in multiplied by 7. When we transition from one cycle to the next, the judgments in the previous cycle continue into the new cycle, but is now intensified by a factor of 7. Not a very nice thought. I've written about these and other cycles in the past, along with the pattern of cycles found in Leviticus 26 and previous articles entitled Why I Was Wrong About the Destiny of America. This is not the focus of this article, but I wanted to introduce you to the subject matter. I will talk more about this later, so here we go. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this presentation today. My focus today is the upcoming super cycle, which begins, remember today's Monday, April the 12th, which begins, I can't even speak English. Okay. Let me get a sip of water. I have to do this right. Not at all. Oh my goodness. Okay. So again, people, listen to me. This video has been a long time coming, and there are a lot of forces out there, spiritual forces, just a lot of circumstances that have prevented me presenting this to you. This is going to be the most valuable thing you will probably hear, maybe all year, in regards to GameStop and AMC. So here we go. Let's get into it. My focus today is the upcoming super cycle, which begins on April the 13th, 2021, and will run until July 9th, 2021. So let's look at these dates, okay? He said April the 13th, which is a Tuesday. If we look at July the 9th, what day is that? I don't even know, so that's why I have to check my calendar here, if it ever opens. In the meantime, I'm going to read. Oh, okay, there it is. So we see here, July the 9th is a Friday. Wow, isn't that interesting? Isn't that when the stock market closes on Fridays? That's right. So let me break down the stages of this cycle for you. Stage 1 will begin with the sighting of the first sliver of the new moon on or about April the 13th. So if the new moon was sighted, and I don't believe it was, that's when it begins. So actually, I don't think it will begin tomorrow. It's actually probably on Wednesday because the new moon was not sighted yet. Plus or minus 1 day. So this stage will run through May the 11th. So mark that on your calendars. May the 11th. That's the first cycle. Stage 1 of the first cycle. So May 11th is Tuesday. So something big will happen between the sighting of the first sliver of the new moon, which again is most likely taking place, if not tomorrow, the following day on Wednesday. Up to May the 11th, we have a first stage, stage 1 or phase 1. We'll call it phase 1 of the cycle. We're going to have an intensity of about 40%. What does that mean? Well, it's an intensity of this event, the severity of it, and will be dominated by a supermoon on April 27th called the snow supermoon by some Native American tribes. So that's phase 1 or stage 1. Phase 2 or stage 2 of the cycle will run from May the 12th, Wednesday, through May the 26th. So 2 weeks. Again, a Wednesday. This full moon will also be known as a super blood moon, which will then be visible. You're going to see this red moon in North America over the high plains, the Rocky Mountains, the Pacific coast of the United States of America. This could be a major event. We shall see. So it's going to be not only a full moon, but a red full moon. You'll see it. It may not be red the whole time throughout those 2 weeks, but at least one time. We'll see. Stage 3 or phase 3 will run from May the 27th. That is a Thursday through to June 24th, which will be, again, a Thursday, with an average intensity of 60%. So the intensity of 50% in stage 2, notice the intensity is only going up. It's not that we're going to see AMC or GME go up and then go down for stage 2. It's going to keep going up. That's what's happening. It's going to keep climbing and shooting to the moon. I mean, isn't that ironic? To the moon. We're talking about the moon. Literally the moon, the actual moon. Stage 3 will run from May 27th to June 24th. Again, an intensity of 60%. That's the average intensity. It has nothing to do with what people normally say about the stock market. This is completely a different field, but it is related. Stage 4 will then run from Friday, June 25th to July the 10th. Again, the end of the cycle is July the 9th, with an average intensity of more than 40%, but probably mid-30s. Notice the last Notice that the first three stages are being dominated by a supermoon, which will have the ability to intensify that part of the cycle for 2 to 3 days. As an example, notice stage 1 is dominated by the snow supermoon, which will be seen on April 27th. So all these dates are very important, but basically we're looking at April the 13th up to July the 10th. So every day in this period is going to be very important. We can't let up and get lazy and fall asleep on this. No, we have to pay attention to these stocks, to the world, not just the stocks, but even the world scene in terms of wars, earthquakes, food supplies, all that. So again, dominated by the snow supermoon, will be seen on April 27. So the intensity will jump at least an additional 10% on the 26th, 27th, and possibly even the 28th of April, making these 3 days stronger than the rest of this particular stage, stage 1. So it would be the peak of stage 1, April 27 to the 28th. And again, we have the stage 2 beginning May 12th. Okay. It will be the same for the other two stages as well. This is a very important consideration when trying to calculate the overall impact of this cycle. So in my last interview with Brother Joe Dumont, that's a term of endearment, brother, not his literal brother, I mentioned a formula for plotting or watching the stock market. Notice, I do not own any stock or bonds of any kind. I do not play the stock market or gamble with cards, dice, lottery tickets, etc. In short, I watch cycles as a possible influence upon the decisions that people make and observe the outcomes. I do not try to profit from this information in any way. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to profit from it. Nor does anyone pay me for information about cycles. I want to make this clear. When I am interviewed, I do not receive any remuneration of any kind. It is done simply because they have an interest in what I am doing. Now, having made the above point clear, I will now relay the formula that I gave in my last interview. First, let me qualify this point. This formula is not my own, and if you should somehow use this formula to invest in the stock market, you do so at your own risk. As stated above, I believe the cycle will begin about April the 13th, which is tomorrow, Tuesday, depending upon the sliver of the sighted moon. Again, it has not been sighted yet, so it cannot be tomorrow. It's most likely Wednesday or Thursday. I'm thinking Wednesday is probably when we're going to know. So stay tuned for the update tomorrow. As the moon increases, it is possible that the stock market will increase in value until the full moon of May the 26th. Okay, these are very important dates. So May the 26th, he's saying it will end on Wednesday, May the 26th. So mark your calendars for that. I'm going to have to watch this video myself. That's how important this video is. At that point, Wednesday, May 26th, the market trend could level off until the next sighted sliver around May the 12th or 13th. Actually, I don't think that's correct. I think that should be June. I think he means June the 12th or 13th. At that point, the stock market could rally and increase until the lunar eclipse of May 26th, which will also be a supermoon. Okay, I'm going to have to just take this at face value. I guess he is talking about, I think he meant April 26th. Yeah, I think he means April 26th. This is a typo here. So you know what? Correct that. The stock market will increase in value until the full moon, which takes place every 2 weeks from a new moon. So that would take place May 26, 27. Or April 26, 27. That would be a Tuesday. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is huge. This is massive. So, between today and the 27th, 28th, we could see not only the gamma squeeze, we could see the actual short squeeze happen. The mother of all short squeezes could be happening this month. I didn't think it would be so soon, but that's what appears to be. That's what seems to be what he is saying, according to what he's writing here. Again, you have to prove it with time. You can't just believe everything you're reading, but take it with a grain of salt, but also take it as a warning. This could happen in the next 2 weeks. Again, a lot of people don't like to date. They call it date fagging. I'm not doing that. I'm just reading what this guy has written. Okay, so he's saying at that point, April 26th, the market trend could level off, so it's a possibility, until the next sighted sliver moon, which is around May the 12th or 13th, a month later. At that point, here we go, the stock market could rally and increase until the lunar eclipse of May the 26th. These are all conjecture and speculation, which will also be a supermoon. It is also possible the stock market will drop until June the 10th, which is a solar eclipse and a dark moon. So that's Thursday, June 10th. The next sighted sliver should be around June 11 or 12, and the expectation would be for the stock market to then go up. According to the formula, it will not increase at this point. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is the warning. The stock market will not increase at this point, June 11, 12, but continue to drop until the 24th. Once again, a full moon and super moon. So it's looking like, okay, let's rewind here. So April 13th, from tomorrow, or if not the 13th, the 14th, which is a Wednesday, from Tuesday, April 13th, or Wednesday, the 14th, from this period up to the 26, 27, we will see a full moon. That's when AMC, GME, a lot of the stocks will go up in value. At that point, the stock market could level off. It's not a guarantee. It doesn't seem too strong about that opinion, but it could level off. And then at that point, May the 12th, 13th, we're going to see a rally until the lunar eclipse of May the 26th. So another rally from May 12th to 26th. So that's phase 2. And then we're going to see a drop from the 26th to the 10th. So not a good time to be holding at that point. And then the next sighted moon is June 11 to the 12th. So again, a Friday or Saturday. And the expectation would be for the stock market to go up. According to the formula, it will not increase at this point. Okay, so at this point, June 11, 12, we're not going to see GME or AMC go up, but it's going to drop until the 24th. Okay, that's when it's going to drop. Once again, a full moon and a super moon. This is where the stock market drop might level off. So it's going to drop between the 12th to the 24th, and then it might level off and start to stabilize, to consolidate. So do not ask for investment advice. I would not invest 2 cents on this information I just gave you. He's not, I am. Please remember, my whole reason for examining cycles, my whole reason is because people do irrational things around the time of the full moon. Stock market investors, retail investors do irrational things too. Stock drops 90%. What do? They sell it all. They sell low and they buy high. My usual format is to give you the who, what, where, when, and how. I've already given you the when, so let me give you the rest of the breakdown. What? I'm expecting a financial cycle that could affect the stock market in a negative way, and have given way more detail than I feel comfortable with. And that's to our benefit, isn't it? Also, I do not usually sound the warning for wars beginning, but because of the nature of the solar eclipse, we could expect an increase in tension by one of the following nations: Russia, United States, Canada, NATO, Northern Europe, including Great Britain and some of the Scandinavian nations, also Ukraine. And this was posted March. This was posted in March, and we've noticed tensions increasing all around the world, especially among Russia and Ukraine. This does not mean these nations will necessarily attack each other, but these are the nations most likely to be involved in a conflict somewhere on the globe. Okay, who, where? He's talking about a lot of these countries here. I won't name them. You can read them yourself. Antarctica seems to be a major recipient of the cycle. It's interesting. How? Okay. This is a part of why I still watch these cycles. I would like to understand if it is possible to identify which nation will be an aggressor and which will be the recipient of the aggression. And then, dear friends, if it all sounds mumbo jumbo or gibberish, I understand. 20 years ago, when I started my cycle research, I never expected, in my wildest dreams, that I would have a measure of accuracy in my forecasts. If you feel this is just worthless speculation, that is okay with me as well. And if that is what you think, you probably don't want to go any further in this report, because what I'm about to introduce is pure speculation. Okay, so he's saying that earthquakes are going to be earthquakes and volcanoes going off that will increase to such a degree it will cause geological emergencies worldwide. Okay, and I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. You can read this on your own time if you like. You can pause the video and read it. And there's no impending super cycle in 2021 after the cycle I just spoke about. The next one will be late winter, early spring of 2022. In December 2021, there is a solar eclipse that will take place on December 4th and a full moon December 18th. What will happen, he's not sure, but that is a warning in case something does happen. There are other cycles I would like to introduce, but perhaps now is not the time. Right now, we're in a much larger cycle that people cannot see. And I'm letting you see this for your own eyes. And, we only get like 20, 30 viewers a day, or on average for these videos. So you 20, 30 people are going to be very, very blessed and very lucky to see this and to know this and hopefully understand it. And if you've been watching up to this point, now you have a plan. You have a better idea of how you can plan your investment, if you're going to take this information as true or not. Or you're just going to watch it and say, okay, is this true? Is this a bunch of baloney? We'll see. Time will tell. Right now, we are in a much larger cycle that people cannot see, and many would deny that it even exists. But it is vitally important for people to understand that these cycles do in fact exist. It's based on the moon. And what do we keep saying? Going to the moon. And will have a huge impact upon the lives of people in the next 10 to 20 years. Yah willing, or God willing, and so leads, I will write about these cycles, and I think that it will surprise many and shock some. Until then, please keep your hearts and minds focused on the word of God, Elohim. So that's all I have for this video. Again, I believe it's one of the most important videos I will ever present on this channel. It's talking not just about the stock market, and that's the focus of this cycle, but even world events too. Talking about potential wars, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions. But the focus of this cycle in particular, where it begins April the 13th, looks like it's going to start the 14th, to be honest, this Wednesday, and ending July the 9th, 2021. Is going to be very, very big. That's why I've been saying this squeeze is going to happen very soon, between April the 13th or 14th up to probably might end. We'll see, but it might end July, mid-July, July 9th, July 10th, 2021. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm very bullish on AMC and GameStop, especially Ryan Cohen's captaincy and the direction he's steering the ship of GME. Adam Aaron seems to be making some pretty good moves as well. Very bullish in movies and movie theaters that are opening up. They're opening up at a very fast rate. We have a lot of good movies coming out. And by good, I mean entertaining movies, movies that'll bring people back into the theaters and sell tickets. GME's got a very good strategy, trying to break into the PC gaming area and increase their consumer base, increase their products that they sell to not just cover console gaming but PC gaming, and get into social gaming as well. So that's a pretty big strategy. They want to be the Chewy, the Amazon, I guess, of the video game industry, especially when it comes to e-commerce. So I mean, it is a long play, but we know the short squeeze is not part of their strategy. The short squeeze is part of what has been going on with hedge funds, with short sellers, with naked shorts, with all this market manipulation that has been going on with GameStop in particular since, I'd say, December. It's been about 4 or 5 months now, and AMC is pretty new to the game. They've been manipulated more recently, I'd say in January. So this could be it. This could be endgame between April the 13th or the 14th, depending on when the new moon is sighted. I'll let you know on my channel in my daily update, until July the 9th, 10th. So this is very, very important information. I hope this makes sense to you. If it doesn't, just watch this video all over again or read the article. Go to this website. I'll post the link in the description. Thank you very much for your time. This is Apex Investor signing out, and God bless you all, and God bless your investments. I hope he's right. I hope this guy is right. We'll see. Time will tell. Till next time, Apex Investor signing out for this video. A very monumental video. AMC, GME going to the moon based on the signs of the moon, and this is happening as soon as tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Wednesday at the latest. Okay. Thanks again. Please like, please subscribe, hit the notification bell for more updates in regards to this world-changing, possibly black swan predicting event going to happen very soon in the next few months.